Welcome to Clash Royale. Your goal is to destroy your enemy's towers using troops, buildings, and spells, but to also defend your own towers using these units. Before you start clashing, the most important part of Clash is your deck. The best decks consist of a win condition, spells, a building, heavy hitters, and anti-air. First, we need to explain the towers. The Princess Tower is a secondary tower to the King Tower. It provides a slow but consistent rate of damage to any troop or building on your side of the field. If your Princess Tower is destroyed, your opponent will gain a crown. Whoever has more crowns by the end of the game wins. Or, if you have the same, you'll enter overtime and the next crown wins. Your King Tower is the most important tower in the game. If it's destroyed, your opponent instantly wins the game. This is called getting 3 crowned or 3 crowning.
Now that we know about our towers, we need to build a deck that consists of good offense and good defense. Or you can go all offense or defense. There's an infinite number of decks you could use to win. The most important card in your deck is your win condition. A win condition is any troop, or spell, in some cases, that ignores enemy troops and will only target the towers or buildings. An example would be Hog Rider. Hog Rider is a fast but not very tanky win condition that can consistently get good tower damage. Win conditions can be defended against using buildings, so make sure to save your buildings to stop a win condition from getting huge amounts of damage on your tower. Next is our heavy hitters. Heavy hitters are troops that can do really good damage to towers, but they can also do large amounts of damage to troops as well. The Mini P.E.K.K.A. is a really good example. It's a fast troop that does really high damage to towers and other troops, but also has a lot lower health than most and struggles with large groups of enemies. Then there's swarms. Swarms are very large groups of enemies that have very little amounts of health and do much damage by themselves, but together can deal very rapid and large amounts of damage when grouped up. Cards like Skeleton Army or Minions are great examples of dealing really good swarm unit damage for defense or offense.
Our next type of troop is anti-air troops. These are any kind of ranged troop that can target aerial units and provide defense from them, or even offense if you put them in the back line of a push. Finally, we have tanks. Tank troops have huge pools of HP that are helpful in pushes and defense, but are some of the slowest units in the game. For example, we have the Knight. The Knight has a pretty high HP pool and decent damage combined with a equally decent hit rate. Other tanks, like the Giants, target only buildings and act more as a win condition or a shield for a push.
Spells are just as important as troops in Clash. There are a variety of spells to choose from as you advance through the game, all with different functions. Nearly all of these spells are versatile and can be used in many different ways. As we stated in the introduction, the best decks include one spell, such as Zap, and one heavy spell, such as Fireball. It's important that you know when and how to use these spells most effectively. Light spells have a lower elixir cost and are often used against scripted units like Skeleton Army. Heavy spells have a higher elixir cost and are best used against more troublesome, higher HP troops and pushes. A useful tactic with spells like Rocket and Fireball is to wait for your opponent to place a troop behind one of their towers, wait until the troop is walking next to a Princess Tower, and place your spell so you get damage on both the tower and the troop. Here is a great example of how to use your rocket. Buildings are stationary units that have high health and can produce troops at a certain rate or do heavy damage to troops. A great example of a building is Cannon. Cannon is a high health building with strong but slow single target damage output and can be used to stop a variety of win condition pushes. Another example of a good building is Goblin Hut. Goblin Hut is a lower health building but produces spear goblins at a slow rate, and spear goblins are able to hit air and ground units for good damage.
Our next strategy is a more advanced technique used by higher arena players. It involves using a slow, tanky unit, such as Ice Golem, to kite or distract a unit crossing the bridge to follow it and displace it. Ice Golem works the best in these situations because on death it explodes into an icy circle, slowing enemy units and dealing extra damage to it. Skeleton defense also works the same but can be used differently. Skeletons are a very versatile unit, and one of the ways that they can be used best is using them to distract a high damage dealer like Mini P.E.K.K.A. away from the tower so it can be hit by both the Princess Towers and take more damage, and can also be used to stall for more elixir. Skeletons are only a 1 elixir card, so this can also cycle to your next card quickly for a stronger defense without wasting much elixir. Now that you know what cards to use on offense and defense, get out there and...
Now that you know what cards
Who the frick are you?
To use on Clash.
I don't know this guy. I don't know this guy. Happy holidays. You don't get to say that. You have the Christmas hat, but I get to say happy holidays.
But at the Christmas hat.
Too bad. That was my Christmas hat. You stole it from me when I was in the bathroom.
Oh, man.
Yeah, frick you, buddy. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas, Clash Royale. Thank you.